Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and to shed more light on President Sisi's participation at the G7 summit in France, we're joined over the phone by Mr. Abdurrahman, Omar Abdurrahman, rather political analyst. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Sir, what's the significance, in your opinion, of Egypt's participation in the G7 summit held in Biarritz in France?
Well, of course, we are witnessing the launching of the new Egypt as the African tiger for this era. We have witnessed, of course, Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. He is the head of the African Union for this year. Mr. President has given a very important speech at the France-chaired 2019 G7 summit that kicked off on last Saturday in France, Biarritz. Mr. President has tackled on very important issues. He is the sound of Africa, the true sound of the true nations of Africa, defending its stability and prosperity, and of course, consolidating the partnership between Africa's countries and the whole world.
Right. Well, sir, as you said, the partnership between African countries and the G7 countries and Europe and the EU, and President Sisi also stressed the significance of this partnership between Africa and the G7 summit countries. How do you see the significance of this partnership between Africa and European countries, and how do you think the role of Egypt as president of the EU can serve this cause?
Well, of course, I mean literally that this speech by Mr. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has been true and honest and strong, declaring the rights of the African countries and all developing countries in fighting inequality, in working side by side with other countries towards progress, towards development, sustainable development, and sharing the rights of the safe and sound people, safe and sound nations. He has addressed the whole world on this very important summit that was Egypt. Although Egypt is not one of the members of the G7, but we have received that important invitation from France by Mr. President Emmanuel Macron. That means a lot. That means that Egypt is taking back its leadership role to have this world, a better world, politically developing the development courses, diplomatically, and other sides, of course.
Right. Well, Mr. Abdurrahman, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, on the sidelines of the G7 summit, held several meetings with world leaders, including U.S. President Donald Trump. How do you see the significance of those sideline meetings?
We have witnessed that the whole leaders of the world appreciate the important role led by Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi to gain back, to regain stability in the region. Although we are witnessing some other powers that are trying to set the fire in the region. Mm-hmm. The role of Egypt right now is very important to the whole world, economically, politically, and we have witnessed that feeling, that meaning. Within the meetings held between Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the President of Egypt, and counterparts from Germany, from France, from Britain, from Italy, from the U.S.
Right. Well, Mr. Omar Abdurrahman, political analyst, thank you very much for your insights, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, now we move on to our next report. The Central Bank of Egypt reduced interest rates last week by 1.5%, down to 14.25%, the first reduction in 6 months. Forecasts had predicted a reduction of between 0.5% and 1%, while a few economic analysts expected that the Central Bank of Egypt would fix rates at 15.75%. Details.